Well, Jeff Bezos is pushing back on tax the rich politics, saying that raising taxes on the wealthy won't help struggling Americans, while calling for zero income tax on the bottom half of earners. Watch.
So there's this tale of two economies, and they're using this age-old technique of, picking a villain and pointing fingers. The top 1% of taxpayers pay 40% of all the tax revenue. The bottom half pay only 3%. We have already, and I think it should be zero. I don't think it should be 3%. Right. I think it should be zero. You could double the taxes I pay, and it's not going to help that teacher in Queens. I promise you.
New York City Mayor Mondani quickly fired back on X, saying, quote, "I know a few teachers in Queens who would beg to differ." Joining me now is the host of Making Money on Fox Business, Charles Payne. All right, your reaction to this debate between Mondani and Jeff Bezos?
Well, it's not
He's going to be a
new.
trillionaire soon, maybe.
No, the first trillion will be Elon Musk. Last night they filed their IPO, their paperwork for the SpaceX IPO. That's going to be the biggest financial event in decades, maybe ever. It's going to be the biggest IPO ever. So, and this is when we're going to hear this argument. It's going to go crazy when they say Jeff Bezos is officially a trillionaire. There's going to be a lot of Mondanis popping up all over this country, and they're going to be stoking the anger. Okay. Here's the problem. So, yeah, what Bezos said was right. The bottom 50% paid 2 to 3%, $913 on average. The top 1% pay an average of $537,000. The problem, though, is the Bezos of the world, they're so rich. And this is what's happening. They campaign, these politicians campaign using Bezos. It used to be Gates, soon it will be Musk. But what happens is they hurt small businesses, right? So if the top 1%, the average income is $3.1 million, take a plumber who files his taxes, right? And he's finally made $2 million, $3 million. But he started 40 years ago with just himself. Now he's got 7, 8, 10 trucks. He's hired a whole bunch of local folks. And you start to beat him up. Yeah. Because you're going after Bezos or Ken Griffin, who can pick up his entire company and move it from Chicago to Miami. The local plumber can't move his entire company. You're crushing the local economy. You're crushing the local economy.
I totally agree, Charles. But I do think there's another piece of this, right? Capitalism, our country, the way it was based on free enterprise, was always meant to be married with Christianity and with moral ethics. And so when you have people who are becoming billionaires, trillionaires, and they're divorced from feeling any type of responsibility to people below them. So could Jeff Bezos, for example, on his own, just say, listen, I make so much money, I'm going to give a raise to everybody. I'm going to make sure everybody has a better wage.
He could do that within his own company. And I'm sure some of these people probably have. So I wanted to pick up on that, though. Since 1976, the top 0.001%, not 1%, the top 0.001%, their wealth is up 3,000%. These are mostly the innovators of the world, right? And here's your problem, to your point. We're in an AI age. All of a sudden, AI, it's taking jobs. I don't care what anybody says.
It is.
So
look at this.
Week,
Meta cut 8,000 jobs. Zuckerberg says he's betting on AI, and he cut those jobs.
Meta's doing it, but here's the part that really, there's a big, huge financial company called Standard Chartered. They're going to cut 8,000 jobs for AI, but the CEO said they're going to replace these jobs. They're going to replace, quote, low-value human capital.
Low, that's what they think of their laborers. Low value. When you have people that think of human beings as low value human capital, that's a problem. Maybe that's why we saw this reaction to a commencement address. Watch this. Listen to what the young people who are graduating think about AI.
AI is rewriting production as we sit here. I know it. Deal with it. Like I said, it's a tool. Hey, like I said, you can hear me now or you can pay me later.
What's your reaction to that?
Listen, I always tell people I'm a natural-born Luddite, right? In the sense that I'm always worried about new technology. This is the fourth industrial revolution. In the first industrial revolution, there was a guy named Ned Ludd who was upset that these weaving machines were taking all the jobs from all the women. And they went down and they broke them up. And that's where the term comes from. But historically, all the first three industrial revolutions have initially been so disruptive that they have hurt jobs, but ultimately they created better jobs and human beings lived better lives. We hope that's the promise with AI. We want AI to be a tool. A lot of people say within 5 years, 60% of the jobs that will exist don't exist at this very moment. But there's a gulf, right? Whether it's 5 or 10 years, and what happens between people who lose their jobs today and don't necessarily get the qualifications or the ability to get those jobs in the future. And that's going to be a huge social economic problem for the next 5 to 10 years.
And those graduates know that very well because they're going to be the entry-level jobs.
Right.
Many of
because their
which are
friends who
gonna be
graduated
displaced.
last year are still trying to find a job in something that they spent their last 4 years, maybe longer, studying.
Yeah. Well, we need to think about this, and we need to think about it spiritually and economically.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of these CEOs never think about it spiritually. It's just the bottom line, and that might be where they run into some issues.
Yeah. You need to have morality with capitalism. It works better that way.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, Charles.
Thanks.
Great conversation.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.